One test down in this three-match Cornhill series against Pakistan. England have a lot of work to do here at Headingley. David Lloyd may be offered a new 2-year contract in the next few days, but the future makeup of the England side, he'll be coaching, isn't looking quite so settled. For this match, Nasser Hussain and Chris Lewis have returned after injury. John Crawley comes in for Graham Hick, and Andrew Carrick earns a test recall after some excellent performances for Somerset. Pakistan have just had a comfortable win over Durham in their latest match on what is already a successful tour. Well, welcome to the highlights of the opening day of the second test match between England and Pakistan at Headingley. I can assure you it is never easy to come back from being 1-0 down in a three-match series. We join Tony Lewis now. He was out in the centre of the ground for the toss, which turned out to be the second battle of the day with the coin. And here are the two skippers alongside him, Michael Atherton and Wasim Akram.
Well, Michael, it's very rarely I talk to you first, having won the toss.
That's true.
What's your sequence been?
It's been an 8 out of 8 losing streak, but I've changed it here.
Always difficult here to know what to do and who to play. How have you settled those issues?
Well, we've left the spinner out and gone for 6 batters, 4 seamers. We decided to have a bowl this morning.
Yeah. And how does it look here at Headingley? It's always a little unpredictable, isn't it?
It is very unpredictable, but the wicket's been under covers for 2 days. So we feel if there's going to be anything there, it'll be this morning, and hopefully we can take advantage of it.
Thanks very much. Good luck.
Thank you.
Wasim, good morning.
Good morning.
Now, you won the ball toss again. Explain this. This is a newfangled business for me.
Yeah, I mean, we're very comfortable with Reader's ball, so that's why we won the toss and we're quite comfortable with it.
What qualities does the Reader ball have?
I mean, the Reader, I've been using Reader with Lancashire as well in the last couple of years. They tend to swing a bit little later in the inning, and that's what we want for, to get a batsman get going.
Yep. Now, what about the toss? You happy to be batting first?
Yeah, we would have batted anyway, so that suits us very well. Good toss to lose.
And what about your team? Of course, Amir Sohail is injured.
Yeah, Amir Sohail is injured. I think doctor said he's going to be fit for after 6 days. His hand is in a plaster. And then Rashid Latif got a bad back, and he's out. Moin Khan is in. Otherwise, the CC team is the same.
And who opens the batting?
I think Shadab Kabir with Saeed Anwar.
Good. Good luck.
Thank you.
The first battle of the day was in the toss to see which brand of ball would be used, and Pakistan were successful in that. Confirmation of the team changes. Now, England have Atherton, Stewart, Hussain, Thorpe, Crawley and Knight. A lot of batsmen there. Russell, and then the 4 bowlers. No spinner, all pace bowlers. They'll need to bowl pretty well. Lewis, Cork, Caddick and Mullally. And for Pakistan, Shadab Kabir comes up from number 6 to open the innings now that Amir Sohail is out. Saeed Anwar goes in with him. Ijaz Ahmed, Inzamam ul Haq, Salim Malik, Asif coming into the side, Asif Mushtabah, then Wasim Akram, Moin Khan, the keeper for Rashid, Mushtaq Ahmed, Waqar Yunus, Atar-ur-Rahman. Now, the umpires for this match, David Shepherd and Steve Buckner. Steve Buckner is the international umpire. The third umpire is Ray Julian. The match referee, Peter van der Merwe from South Africa. Confirmation that England won the toss and are fielding. Now, a man who knows all about this Headingley pitch, he's played here many times and knows every blade of grass on it, Geoffrey Boycott.
Well, this Headingley pitch always causes problems for captains. Before they come here, they see snakes in the surface. There's always been results at Headingley for the last few years. The ball's moved off the seam. There's been cracks, as we can see here, which gives some uneven bounce. As the match goes on, you'll find the balls hitting the cracks will die and keep a low bounce. It won't be quick and it won't be a high bounce even at the start. The batsmen will have to work hard for the runs because the covers have been on for 2 days. There's been quite a bit of sweating. Although the pitch is dry, the sweating is on top. So all in all, England should get some movement, and if Pakistan are going to score runs, they'll have to work jolly hard.
Thanks, Geoffrey. Geoffrey Boycott with his pitch report there. We join play now with the 5th ball of the second over. Alam Mullally is the bowler, coming in from the football ground end. He's bowling to Saeed Anwar, and 1 run is already on the board.
Useful ball and very well played.
Well, he was a good bouncer, but he played it well, kept looking at it. Absolutely perfect for a youngster. Watch how he keeps looking at the bouncer, and he's a good 2 foot away from it when it went past his face.
Oh, a little bit of luck there for Pakistan, I must say. Good ball, well pitched up.
Well, it nearly was the 3-card trick, wasn't it? Bouncer to get him ducking on the back foot, and then pitch it right up, foot movement wasn't good enough. You see, he fell into the second shot. That was well bowled by Alan Mullally.
Well caught, brilliant catch, flashing drive outside the off stump. Straight to Michael Atherton, and England get their first wicket. Maybe not the sort of little nick they expected to get in his early stages at Headingley, but a terrific catch.
Well, I thought this was too flashy a shot for early in the innings. He played it on the up. The ball was way outside off stump, and I suppose he'd have gone for 4. He would have said, what a great shot. But as an opening batsman, I think that was sort of helping the bowler. Well bowled Alan Mullally for putting it in the right spot, but not a very sensible shot at the start of an innings.
So England putting Pakistan into bat, get their first success. Saeed Anwar goes for 1. Brings to the wicket Ijaz Ahmed.
Oh, dear, look how far he got over.
Well, remember Ijaz Ahmed at Lord's when he got so far over outside the off stump, he lost his middle stump.
Well, you could see here, leg stump. That's very dangerous. Look how far that right foot goes over. You could see it's a good job it hit his thigh. Oh.
Well, that was a beauty. And this is, McCarrick has got that priceless asset of bounce, but this is an excellent line. And had the batsman playing. Well, it's 4 runs this time. A certain amount of risk in that. The ball still on the up outside the off stump.
I think the key to batting is picking the length. This ball's short and it's a bit of width, so he's trying to play it over the top of goal. He's not worried if he gets a bit of an edge, because he's deliberately trying to hit it over the top.
Well. That's threading the cotton through the eye of the needle there, isn't it? That's through the gap. And it's a fast outfield here at Headingley. Usually is in dry weather, and that races away for 4. Pakistan score moves on to 15. Oh, that was all but an edge, and that whistled through, and I'm sure that Shada will be saying, that's not the way, I must let that one go.
Didn't need to play it, this ball. Look at it. Look at it. It's past the stumps, a good 12 inches wide. Well bowled, Alan Mullally.
Big, thick outside edge it looked, but it's running away, and it'll go over those practice pitches. Well, that was very dangerous, in fact. It was well stopped, but my God, it took on the whole pavilion there. There are very few people who would have decided to dive at that precise moment, but Dominic Cork, without doubt, is one of them.
Well, I would think that is decidedly dangerous. Arm and leg in danger there.
The outside, very good shout, might have hit. Not convinced Steve Buckner that pitched on the stumps. And I think we'll find in the replay that he's right. From where Caddick bowls, a good chance of pitching outside. It's a fine judgment by the umpire. He doesn't get the chance of a slow motion replay like us.
That's a good stroke. It was a late swinger. Ijaz looked to me as though he was trying to punch it away past mid-off. In fact, changed his mind, rolled his wrists on it, and that's very well run. And Kabir has really hustled there. This is not a very big ground, and they've run 4 down to long on.
Young legs, fast, fit. He ran up and down very quickly and made Ijaz run for the all-run 4.
Well, a short delivery like that's not going to worry the batsman too much. Another one that has landed on the seam and gone past the outside edge. Very well bowled by Lewis.
Magnificent delivery, this. Nothing wrong with that, Chris Lewis. Just didn't get the edge, but you bowl a lot of these balls at Headingley. It was a good bouncer, very straight. Made him duck quite quickly.
That's a good shot, though. Hasn't been much on offer outside the off stump for Shadab Kabir. A man who made his mark at Lord's by showing a lot of watchfulness and patience, but when the chance comes, this is what he's capable of. Cracking shots, which will go for 4 comfortably. But it wasn't that far from Michael Atherton in the gully. That was how England took the first wicket. Saeed Anwar on the up, being caught in the gully. That's found the gap again. Chris Lewis just a little bit too wide here in this over, giving Ijaz the chance to play these shots. That's a good pull shot. Now Ijaz really is getting into his stride. His footwork's got better and quicker. And Chris Lewis is the man with the problems.
Well, that's well batted, but 3 balls short of a length, 2 back foot shots on the offside, a back foot shot to pull through mid-wicket.
And driven he is.
He threw it too wide, David, didn't he? Just threw it up too wide there, and it was a no ball. I think the youngster heard the call quite quickly. He threw that up to swing again, but the length was wrong. It was right up there. It was such an easy half volley, was that.
Over the top, helped on its way by Ijaz. 1 bounce, and over the ropes down at third man. And that was a totally intentional shot by Ijaz. Or more. Well, Chris Lewis has to have a big rethink, I'm afraid. Ijaz has latched onto anything short and wide outside the off stump, even though there are now 2 gullies there. This bisected them perfectly. That's gone over the top again. 1 bounce, 2 bounce. Not quite clattering into the fence this time. But Ijaz Ahmed is making a mockery of this decision of England's to bowl first. That's well bowled. That's what he's bowling for. Persistence on that sort of line, and eventually the batsman is going to be drawn into one. And having left a couple very well in this over, Kabir is finally drawn into playing at 1.
One's just doing a little bit too much.
Because Ijaz doesn't make things easier for himself by walking across the pitch with that big stride of the front foot. He can get quite disorientated there and not actually know where his leg stump is.
Alex Stewart just got a fingertip to that. This is one of the shortest run-ins to the bowling crease I've seen from bowlers. I'm not in favour of long run-ups, mind you, but this one does seem to be extremely short. Just little steps, and plenty of body action, and Nasser Hussain, the man just round behind square. There's been a lot of short bowling today. I'd suggest that if you are going to put the opposition in, you must think there's enough in the pitch that you're going to bowl them out. And the ball must be kept up. You shouldn't be giving the batsman the luxury of being able to play off the back foot and play pull shots and square cuts. Cork is having problems, and so too Mullally. Mullally's from the length of that ball, and Ijaz Ahmed is in beautiful touch. Nothing wrong with the footwork there. .50 up for Ijaz Ahmed, a very, very good innings. He's made 1,500 runs in Test match cricket now, and that is his 8th half-century.
Oh, he's taken that in the body. It looked as if he was half going to pull it and then changed his mind. Just a nasty knock. You have to take those at Test match cricket. That's part of the game. Hurt for a little while, just knocked the wind out of his sails. See here, he was short of a length ball. He was just shaping as if he thought he might pull it, and then he let it hit him. Yes, it looks as if he's caught him on the rib area. That is quite painful. You don't have quite as much fleshy part there.
And there's 4.
Well, that was well bowled. I know it's gone for 4 runs. It's gone off the thick edge, past second slip. That's a pretty good delivery, good line.
Well, every time they've pitched short, I'm delighted to be able to say it. They've received the treatment they've deserved. The answer is not to bowl short, not to bowl bouncers, not to give the batsman the opportunity to square cut or pull. LBW right on the stroke of lunch. Kabir has gone, Headingley has struck, and that'll be very, very welcome for Michael Atherton. Gone past the outside edge on quite a few occasions out there. They've bowled too short for much of the time, and now they've picked up their second wicket right on the dot of lunch.
Well, I think the ball didn't quite come through as quick as the youngster expected. He's done a very good job for Pakistan, hanging around, playing sensibly. And again, good umpiring by the West Indian umpire, just thinking about it, taking his time to have a good look at the line. And we could see that that's going to hit the stumps. It's not too high, it's in line. And that's almost relief, I think, for England to get another wicket, because it was looking pretty dodgy for them. But it's very important that they bowl really well at Inzimam. Key player, wonderful batsman.
No ball called. And the 1 run for that no ball takes Pakistan on to 100. That's got him. Michael Atherton in the gully. Similar sort of dismissal to that of Saeed Anwar first thing this morning. And that's a big wicket for England. Inzamam ul Haq, a very dangerous player. He's gone for just 2. And this is what England needed this afternoon.
Well, it's a good ball really, because we've been talking about bowlers bowling too short. This time it was pitched up, got Inzamam pushing at it, and it slid off the face, outside edge, towards gully.
Salim Malik then the man replacing Inzamam ul Haq. He looked a little out of sorts at Lords and now finds himself with the pressure on. England looking for more quick wickets this afternoon. Nicely played. That's good timing from Ijaz. And he's been in very good touch today.
Well, this is an exquisite shot.
No ball called. And a very fine catch, which will count for nothing. Hasn't been Dominic Cork's day. Here's the no ball. There's the top edge, really, top half of the bat. And it was skied quite a distance. Dominic Cork, oblivious to the no ball, settles himself, has to make just that bit of ground at the end. Tosses the ball in celebration, still doesn't know what's going on. As far as he's concerned, he's caught it cleanly, and Ijaz should be actually walking past him. But instead, Ijaz completed 2. Well, playing the shot again, and getting runs for it this time, 4 of them. Worth a try from Andy Caddick. But the surprise was lost. It nearly worked in the previous over with the no ball that was caught. This time Ijaz onto it, a couple of bounces, and well wide of Dominic Cork.
Oh, it's the top edge. And I think it's safe. Oh, it's gone for 6. Carried, we keep saying it's downhill that end.
I mean, it can't be downhill in the air, Geoffrey.
No, but it's going to carry further when it's in the air, Tony. If it's downhill, it's bound to carry further, just like a golf shot.
Oh, nicely played. Through the gap, 4 more runs, and I'm afraid Chris Lewis is still counting the cost. That, well, I've forgotten what I was going to say now. Fine shot that was. Again, dropped short, and it seems strange to find that one of his only 4 bowlers is off a short run, putting the ball down short, standing up to be hit. And it's fatal to drop it short.
.265 balls in 184 minutes for the whole of the innings. Crucial time. Now these 2 right-handers in. And a 50 stand. Just 12 of those to Salim Malik, and Ijaz Ahmed is only 4 short of his 100.
That's a beautiful delivery. Absolutely magnificent delivery was that. It's been finally kicked over the boundary in trying to stop it. And he can feel a little bit hard done by, can Dominic Cork, but that's the sort of bowling that England need. 3 or 4 balls in the right area. The batsman went through with the shot. No third slip, so he got away with it.
done. It's a very, very good 100. It's the 5th 100 he's made in Test cricket. He's got 3 of them against Australia, one against New Zealand not long ago, just a matter of months, and now one here at Headingley, and that is a very, very good performance. It was a good shot. It was a long half volley, and it didn't deviate in the air. We're not absolutely certain if it deviated off the seam, because it was of such a full length. The answer is no. Oh, there's another one. One long half volley, one short outside the off stump. Quite what Atherton had in mind, let alone Andrew Caddick. Not too sure the photographer will want him touching it as well as looking at it.
Well bowled.
Well, this is the best stuff he's bowled today. Just got into a groove as Dominic Cork, and he's keeping that immaculate line right in that corridor of off stump and just outside, and making the batsman play.
That's just wide. Beautifully hit. Just wide of Chris Lewis at mid-off. Touch of the Caribbean about that. This time it's straight down the ground. And this is a very dangerous time for England. Ijaz in such fine form. The bowlers starting to wilt a bit by the look of it. Gulali has changed ends, Caddick has changed ends from the ends that they bowled at and bowled well at earlier in the day. And although we were talking earlier about England having selected just 4 bowlers for this test match, here's the 5th. Part-timer in that department, Graham Thorpe. And that's his first-class career, 24 wickets, and not cheaply.
Well, just having a little smile there. He's 157th on the list of the White and Mackay rankings, so a wicket from Graham Thorpe would go down really well for England at this stage, because I don't think they're expecting much from him.
Salim Malik has made 26 now. He just armed at 127. And that 127 out of 202 since he came in, 203 the total. 100 partnership up, and Salim Malik has 27 of that. It's a cracking stroke. I love that shot. It's the bowler who pounds it in, just trying to get it up on off stump, probably round about chest height, and the batsman replies with a glorious pull. Wonderful shot.
Well, that's a clatter. That's out of the ground. It's definitely 6. And David Shepherd was saying there it's going higher and higher and higher. And will we find it? Will we get it back? Well, just look at this. And that's it. Change of pace, slower ball, wider ball. Oh dear, dear. Ijaz Ahmed goes. He'd played a couple of heaving shots and he shakes his head, but he'd be well satisfied with a performance of 141. Terrific effort for his team.
Slightly slower ball. You see it just drifts away and away from him. He couldn't resist to go after it. He made 141, so I suppose he felt he could hit everything. Really, it was a long way away from him in the end.
Well engineered, that wicket. Let's take another look at it and just watch Corks follow through. That's the catch behind the stumps. And there you look at that performance. Well, you could get injured. It's almost as bad as diving into the pavilion wall. Another left-hander, Asif Mushtaba.
Another misfield, another run, and Salim Malik reaches 50. Good, sensible cricket by him. Just a very pleasant, nicely controlled innings. 50 off 129 balls. And Chris Lewis will catch that, others might not have. Applauded for his efforts both by a pretty sparse crowd on the Western Terraces and by the bowler. Beautifully bowled. That's an absolute peach of a delivery from Dominic Cork. Salim Malik eventually gone. It's been a good innings by him, but that was pretty much unplayable. Well, give them credit. They've stuck to it, even though it's been Pakistan's day, and just look at that for delivery. Even Salim Malik, who plays the ball late and specialises in the last second adjustment, couldn't cope with this one. 252 now for 5 it is. And with Asif Mushtaba only not out on 5 and not yet very settled, Wasim Akram comes in to join him.
Steve Buckner just indicating the second new ball is to be taken. Andrew Caddick's going to take it. Or more. Wasim Akram is, I won't say he's a lover of the new ball. No one loves it, but he doesn't mind it. He's quite prepared to give it a bit of a dash, and his side has got into such a good position, 266 for 5, that he may look on this as a bonus. Oh, that's beautifully bowled. I reckon that pitched about middle and leg, found the outside edge, and Russell took it not quite in front of first slip, but it did go a long, long way. That's very well bowled.
New batsman is wicketkeeper Moin Khan.
Trouble here. Might just have to ask, although the batsman was making good ground, Moin Khan. It was desperation time, I can tell you. And there goes the throw. It's a good one. Now Russell's just had to go for it forward a little, and then he's made his ground, and that's a good effort from Moin Khan. And there is the stroke to finish off the day, which just about sums up the relative positions of the two teams. A lovely cover drive for Moin Khan. He set that away for 4 to finish proceedings on the first day. 281 for 6, and that top score, Ijaz Ahmed, 141. Salim Malik, after a rather sluggish start, played well for his 55, 35 for Kabir, who is looking impressive. He's one for the future for Pakistan, there's no doubt about that. and not out on 19 is Asif Mushtabah. Bowling figures for England: 2 wickets for Carrick, 2 for Mullally, who I thought bowled pretty well again today. He's one who's come on throughout the summer for England. Cork 2 for 59 in 21 overs and 5 maidens. And the partnerships of the day, well, that shows exactly the way it went. Kabir and Ijaz Ahmed 97, and then the big partnership 130 between Salim Malik and Ijaz Ahmed, the man who came in and played all the lovely strokes during the day, carried the attack to England and did a tremendous job for Pakistan. And now, with his thoughts on the day's play and what might happen tomorrow, Geoffrey Boyd. Yesterday was a mixed day for England captain Michael Atherton. He took a smart catch at gully to dismiss Syed Anwar in the 4th over, and then another in the afternoon to see off Inzamam ul Haq. But his decision to put Pakistan in after winning the toss backfired as Ijaz Ahmed cut and pulled his way to a brilliant century, and Pakistan moved to a comfortable 281 for 6 by the close of play. Perhaps just as significantly for England, Atherton also came off second best at the very beginning of the day, when Pakistan skipper Wasim Akram won the toss to decide the choice of ball. Now, when he and Waqar Yunus take the field today, it'll be the reader ball they'll have in their hands, and that's the one they've managed to swing to devastating effect, whatever the conditions in recent matches. Welcome the highlights of the second day's play of this Test match between England and Pakistan at Headingley. I can assure you it's going to be a testing day for England. They still have 4 wickets to take, and they have Moin Khan out there and Asif Mushtabah. Moin Khan, 2 centuries and 2 50s in Test cricket, and Asif Mushtabah, the left-hander. Not much of him, but he's a pretty good player and a tough customer. He has 7 half-centuries already against his name. Now, this is the way the game started off on the second day, 281 for 6, and that brilliant effort from Ijaz Ahmed dominating the whole of the scorecard, 141 for him, and Salim Malik running back into form, 55. Bowling figures for England: 2 wickets for Carrick, 2 for Mullally, and 2 for Dominic Cork, 21 overs, 5 maidens, and 2 for 59 for him. Now, with his ideas on the pitch and how it might play today, and perhaps for the rest of the match, here's Geoffrey Boycott.
We just have a look at this pitch where the bowlers have been running through. This is where one or other of the bowlers have been allowed to run on the danger area. This is the middle stump. This is 12 inches from middle stump, and this here is about the 4-foot area. This is in the danger area. They really shouldn't have been allowed to run there, and I think this will come into play later on when Mushtaq starts to bowl his leg spinners. If we look further down on a seaming length, this is a pretty good length for seamers here, a fairly fullish length. Nice red marks. Cracks have not opened anymore, really. It's quite dry as the surface. But if we go further down, short of a length, very short of a length, you've got to ask yourself, what are red marks doing down here? On this Headingley pitch, seam bowlers should be pitching the ball up. There shouldn't be anything down here. There should be full length up there. And all in all, the pitch won't change much from yesterday. Batting hard work if they pitch it up. Something in it for the bowlers.
Thanks, Geoffrey. Geoffrey Boycott with his pitch report there on this second morning. And we join play now with the second ball of the second over. Andrew Carrick is the bowler. Moin Khan has taken strike. No runs have been added to the overnight score.
Dropped it. Oh, that's bad for England. Mullally is the man. There's a flipped up shot, very interesting shot. Flipped it up on the up, and it went absolutely straight at Mullally.
Yes, you have to say that this is a straightforward chance. I know we've all dropped them in our time, but that's as, well, simple a chance as you'll get in Test match cricket.
Four runs. Asif Mushtabah.
Watch the length on this, though, Tony. Look, it's so full, it's a half volley. Bowled. See the batsman just trying to get forward. Lovely fullish length. Can't bowl much better than that.
Still no luck.
No, that's well bowled though. Give the bowler credit for bowling the ball in the right spot. That's all you can do, and that's all the captain can ask for. Keep pegging away at that off stump and outside.
Oh, that was right through him. Not worth the appeal, but it was worth a stare from Caddick.
Beautifully bowled this.
Oh, well, another more pantomime. I feel so afraid for Dominic Cork. He nearly went through the window that time. Luckily, the door was open.
Well, you're right, Tony, because down on those wicket ends, that's the net practice area. The ball runs very quickly downhill, and it's very, very slippy there. He trod on the ball and nearly did himself a bad injury. Fortunately, he's okay, but it does get very slippy down there.
Oh, well, that's not at all helpful to the bowlers. You know, they are doing their best to keep control and get that rhythm and be patient, but simple misfields do not help. Well, that was worth bowling. It was a false shot, dropped down off the bottom edge of the bat. Might well have gone from boot to stumps or anywhere. Just a change of pattern, really. You see the front foot was on the way down the pitch, and that's probably why Andrew Caddick dropped it short. Send him back. Oh, there they go again. Bat's like a windmill. Creates quite a draft there, but doesn't nick the ball, and that's the problem. Beautifully bowled. Just went a little wider, Andrew Caddick. Slanted the ball across Asif Mushtaba. Overnight score was 281 for 6, and so it's moved on 298. No wickets down, one catch dropped. And that's in the air. No ball, no ball. It was a repeat of the shot from Moin Khan, which had him dropped by Mullally. This time Alex Stewart was out there with a safe pair of hands. Same shot. But the umpire, Steve Buckner, holds the key to this. No ball. That's no ball. He's on the line, but that's still a no ball. Nicely bowled, but there's a gap there on the onside. Slower ball, just pushed away for one, and the applause around the ground for the 300 coming up. No Pakistan wickets down today, just 6 wickets in all.
Right through everything. Slice right through Moin Khan, but it doesn't bring a wicket. Yeah, mine's a half. In one ear, straight out the other. That's beaten Andy Caddick. And that'll run away for 4. So the first boundary for some time. The England bowlers have had control for the last 8 or 9 overs. And this is the first boundary for 35 minutes.
There was a spinner. Slower off spinner from Dominic Cork. And away she went.
Maybe relevant that he bowled it at a wicketkeeper who is used to picking up these changes of pace. Moin Khan, and it's a lovely clean blow, straight for 6, couldn't be better.
Safely away over extra cover, just pick up 2 there. Andrew Caddick, the fielder. 50 partnership up for Moin Khan and Mushtaba.
Not quite the season yet, and I don't think Ian Botham's in either half of that. Another one that's escaped the cull.
Fine blow. Pakistan are fortunate that in their 2 keepers they have fellows who are competent with the gloves and certainly competent with the bat. It's nicely played. Kept that down well. Didn't get it completely off the meat of the bat. Still pick up 3 runs for Asif Mushtaba. Lovely shot. 4 runs. I'll leave Geoffrey Boycott to describe that.
Well, if I said what I really thought, it would be unprintable. He's frustrated, irritated, annoyed. Look, just banging it in, short, wide. You can't bowl that at Headingley. It'll get whacked all day.
Fine shot from Asif. Hasn't quite timed it.
Well, he thinks he hit it, so he's trying to tell the umpire, and the umpire agrees. Steve Buckner signalling 4, and that's a very fine 50. He may have got dropped, but he's worked very hard for that. Put Pakistan in a very good position.
Brilliantly bowled, but not good enough to take the wicket. Just enough movement away from the bat. Good line, good pace. .350 for Pakistan. And that's what they'd set their sights on last night. That's what they've reached without losing any further wickets. Superheroes hard to come by at Headingley.
Well, this was a definite save of 4 runs. Short ball. That was stopped perfectly by Nasser Hussain.
Oh, good shot. Not. She could put the ball in the good category.
Well, Richie's being kind, actually. Chris Lewis had a problem all through yesterday and today. He just can't help dropping the odd ball short. And that's a wonderful 100 partnership. Moin Khan's been probably the more aggressive of the two batsmen, but even so, Asif Mushtaba has stuck there, almost like a limpet mine. Even when he's been beaten a number of times, he's just kept on battling away.
That's beaten the field out, and it races away. That's a rare boundary in this session, but it's one that's good enough to take Asif Mushtaba to 50. A very valuable innings for his team. Slow but sure. That's his 8th 50 in Test match cricket. Down the leg side, Jack Russell unable to take it. 4 byes. Well, I don't know if there was even half a ploy here. Never easy for the keeper, that. Nice piece of work from Jack Russell, very sharp indeed. Still alert behind the stumps there. And up close again for the right-hander. Moin Khan planting that left foot, but more importantly, keeping the right foot grounded behind the crease. Has got it. Has finally got the breakthrough. Asif Mushtaba is the man out, and it was a juggling catch by Graham Thorpe at slip. Around about the 3rd or even 4th attempt to make the catch, but in the end successful, and Asif Mushtaba finally goes just a little bit of extra bounce, and Graham Thorpe will be a relieved man to finally grab it to his stomach. Mushtaq Ahmed is the new man, and finally that 7th wicket falls. 378 now the score.
Well, that's a terrific bat. Well, Mr. Caddick gives a very strange look there to Moin Khan. I don't think they exchanged words, but they certainly exchanged looks. Well, it's a rather humbling process for an England fast bowler to race in, let your best delivery go, and suddenly you find it whacked away over mid-on. Played that well. Lovely flick of the wrists. Couple more runs there. Nicely played. Fine shot. I think that was intended to be a little bit of a reverse swing there from Dominic Cork. He got the last one to dip in towards the pads. Well, that one dipped in to the middle of the bat. Well, that was brilliantly played. I mean, outstandingly played. That shot's not in the coaching book. It's a straight-backed hook shot. That's in the air, but that'll just beat the 2 fielders. He's aiming to whack it over the top again. Looking to hit that much straighter. It's sliced high over Crawley and Hussain. And Moin gets a couple of runs, so he moves on to 84. The 400 comes up, 401 for 7. Oh, it's dropped. Drop catch. Moen trying to push it along, pushed out too quickly. Maybe the ball was a little slower. David Gower, have a look at this.
Well, it was firmly struck, and it was just the one hand that Dominic Cork could afford.
And that's a very legitimate gap. It opens the face of the bat. 4 more runs. A touch lucky, but still probably meant to run it down through the gully area somewhere.
It's a brilliant shot. It's not produced the 4 runs it deserved. The fast side of the ground, a little bit downhill over there. Lewis has saved it. Oh, he's picked that up beautifully. There is a man out long on now, Carrick, so they get 2 for that. Well, he was just about gone, but instead he's made 100. That's a very, very good innings from Moen Khan. He took the gamble on the single. The fielders knew about it. Alex Stewart was across in a flash, and Moen Khan has reached 3 figures. A very, very good knock.
That's 4 runs. And Mushtaq Ahmed seemed to see that fine. The partnership is now worth 50, and that's come up in briskish time. 85 deliveries and 1 minute short of the hour. Well, a number of umbrellas sprouting in the terraces. And that's out. Caught by Jack Russell. Nice simple catch for him. And so the end of Moen Khan. Nicely taken by Jack Russell. And a warmly appreciated innings, both by the crowd and his teammates there, for Moen Khan as he disappears into the dungeons. Dominic Cork now has 4 wickets, and Jack Russell has 150 dismissals in Test match cricket. Just over the top. Well, it was John Crawley at a wideish cover, who might just have got a fingertip to that. Oh, that's a thumping shot. No beating around the bush at all. That's out, caught and bowled. Dominic Cork has his 5th wicket, and it is the wicket of Waqar Younis. Well, he dropped the caught and bowled chance earlier in the day. This time he got both hands onto it and made absolutely sure of it. So Waqar is gone. Well done, Dominic Cork. 5 wickets in the innings again. Having a bit of trouble with the old throw away at the end of the catch. Don't think that's quite what was intended. And he just strolls down to bid farewell to Waqar Younis. He did actually say bye-bye to him, which is good enough, I suppose. And the final man at the crease then for Pakistan is Atta-ur-Rahman. Big shout. The ball certainly caught cleanly enough. It was a nasty delivery from Dominic Cork. And Steve Buckner having nothing to do with that. Atta-ur-Rahman actually just signalled that it might have flicked his shoulder, flicked the sweater. Dominic Cork probably couldn't look more unhappy if he tried. And 4 runs. Well, something of a loosener for Andrew Caddick. And something of a gift for Mushtaq Ahmed.
Ball pretty decently today as Andy Caddick. Could have had a couple of wickets early on this morning.
That should be out, and he's caught at mid-on. Michael Atherton the catcher, Mushtaq Ahmed is the man out. And the England captain jogging his way off to get the pads on for what will be another crucial passage of play in this second test match. Mushtaq Ahmed out for 20. 20 off 43 deliveries, and a bright and breezy innings from him. Pakistan, having been put into bat by Michael Atherton yesterday morning, will be delighted to have reached 448.
Highly delighted, I should think. That is a very big total after you've been put into bat on a Headingley pitch. 105 from Moin Khan. Splendid innings from him. I thought he played really well. 51 from Asif Mushtaba, not always in control, but has got a big heart. And 20 for Mushtaq Ahmed. Good partnerships there to take them on to that final total. Now the bowling figures for England: 5 for Dominic Cork. And bear in mind, he had that injured forearm on his bowling hand. And 37 over 6 maidens, 5 for 113 is a very, very good performance. 2 for Mullally, who I thought bowled well throughout, and Caddick 3 for 113, 40.2 overs and 6 maidens for him. And the partnerships, just to indicate how well the Pakistan players did: 112 for Asif Mushtaba and Moin Khan, and then 56 for Moin Khan and Mushtaq, and finally that 448 was reached. We join play now in the England reply. It's the second ball of the first over. Michael Atherton, the skipper, is taking strike. Wasim Akram, his fellow skipper, is the bowler, and no runs have been put on the board as yet.
Well, that whistle through Mike Atherton there, and just look at Moin Khan, because he'll appeal for everything and anything. But that might well have afflicted love on the way through there.
Big edge. So far we've seen nothing swing out. A couple of moved in towards Atherton in the air, but nothing really has swung away, nor did that one. It just went away a fraction off the seam. Long hard look from the bowler, as it would tend to do to any fast bowler. Disdainful. He's gone inside edge, and that was a very good delivery. Ball has jagged back, not quite cut him in half, but it was a tremendous delivery. Had to play at it. Just the faintest little touch on the inside edge. Very good catch.
That's a really big wicket, isn't it, for Pakistan? 14 for 1. And in Wasim's first over, it got one between the gloves and the body. And then just Moin Khan appealed from behind the stumps. But this time, everyone went up.
14 for 1. And Nasser Hussain is the man coming out now. Atherton out for 12. And we get 4 for that, but it was very well bowled. His class act, Wajid Akram.
And it really could have gone anywhere, could have flown to slip. And Nasser Hussain right turned round, 2 feet pointing down the pitch.
Four more. Not completely authentic. Very good stroke. Lovely way to play the ball down into the ground, the pull shot. Lovely roll of the wrists.
But he should have seen enough of the bowling over the last 2 days to know that if you drop it short, it stands up at Headingley. And Alex Stewart in prime form with that shot.
That's the 50 for England. Hasn't taken them long either. Oh, that's a great shot. Oh, no need to run for it. Alex Stewart just played it, watched it, and sets himself for the next delivery. Wonderful shot. And with the boundary, the 50 partnership came up. That's a good shot. Right off the meat, just nicely timed.
Well, this was a really sweet shot. You saw it all the way, and it just almost just swung a touch right into the middle of the bat.
Very pleasant to watch. Alex Stewart's just quickly into position. Big shots. I'm not surprised either. Well, that's the danger. He set himself the shot early. And if the ball is as straight as this one and you miss it with the bat, you could be in big trouble.
Oh, we can see all the stumps as well. Well, I think he's a bit of a lucky lad.
Great shot. Perfectly placed. They put a man at deep backward square. Probably just a few yards behind the line of square, and there's another one at orthodox long leg, and Stewart has hit it straight between them. .50 for Alex Stewart, very good innings. And 100 up for England in their reply to the 448 made by Pakistan. Four more runs added to take England along to 104 for 1. That's a good performance. They lost Atherton early on, then Stewart played really well, and so too Nasser Hussain. Once or twice early on he had a problem or two with Wasim Akram, but he fought through that and was playing really well towards the end. He's on 37, 104 for 1. And the bowling for Pakistan, Waqar Younis had all sorts of problems there with which end to bowl. 4 overs, no maiden for 37 for him. Wasim Akram 1 for 22 in 7. Mushtaq Ahmed looked as though he'll be a danger man again. 8 overs, 2 maidens, none for 22. And Atta-ur-Rahman, 6 overs, no maiden, none for 20. Now the situation of the match after 2 days England 104 for 1. Pakistan 448. The run getters on the left-hand side, Ijaz and Moin Khan centuries. And Cork 5 for 113. And it was to Dominic Cork that David Gower talked after the second day's play completed. Catches influence matches. Sometimes they might even win them, but you've certainly got to hang on to them first, as England found yesterday when Alan Mullally put down Moin Khan in the second over. And Dominic Cork dropped him again in the 51st off his own bowling. Moin Khan started the day on 8, but had played some handsome strokes by the time he was eventually dismissed for 105 after helping Pakistan on to an impressive 448 all out. As well, the Pakistan wicketkeeper took his chance in the England reply, moving well to his left to snap up an inside edge from Michael Atherton off the bowling of Wasim Akram. 14 for 1 and facing a big total, England were up against it. But there was some positive batting then from Alex Stewart and Nasser Hussain, and that took them to 104 for 1 by the close, calming any dressing room nerves and possible concerns about this Headingley pitch. Welcome to the highlights of the third day's play of this game between England and Pakistan. Two very good days so far, a little bit topsy-turvy and pretty much in favour of Pakistan until those two England batsmen got cracking yesterday evening. They're still not out of the wood though, another 145 to save the follow-on. And bear in mind that the Pakistan pace bowlers, Wasim Akram and Waqar Younis, are just as good with the old ball as they are with the new. This is the way it started on the Saturday, the third day. 104 for 1 England, 52 for Stewart, 37 for Nasser Hussain. I thought he was in good form, and Stewart stroked the ball quite beautifully. The bowling figures for Pakistan, the four bowlers used there, Wasim, the wicket taker, 1 for 22. Waqar couldn't get it together yesterday, but may well do so today, 4 overs for 37. Atar-ur-Rahman, 6 overs for 20, and Mushtaq bowled 8 overs for 22 and turned the ball, although the pitch is quite slow. So the state of the game, England 344 runs behind, and the actual figure for the follow-on, England need to get to 249 to avoid it. 448 all out for Pakistan, England 104 for 1. Well, the pitch will play its part today, and here with his report is Geoffrey Boycott.
Well, the pitch hasn't changed a lot, although it's had the tarpaulin on and sweating. I don't think you'll find that here, where the ball is pitching, it's changed a lot. It's still got the cracks, and we're going to get this low bounce, which I talked about on the first day, and it definitely is going to get lower as the match goes on. I think we have a look here. This is what Mushtaq's got to bowl into. Dominic Cork in particular, this is his footmarks. He's been running on the pitch here. That should come into play, but it's a bit full for the left-handers in particular, and bowling at the right-handers around the wicket. Now this one, this is interesting. If he hits this outside off stump, they'll have to play it. They can't just pad it up, the left-handers. And I think that even the leg spinner bowling to the right-handers, they'll probably get tired of just padding it up. And if he can persevere bowling into these two patches, I think he can get a little bit out of it. But all in all, it's very slow. He must pitch it up. He can't afford to bowl slow, and neither can any of the bowlers. I think all in all, if England think positive, you can bat on this pitch.
Thanks, Geoffrey. Geoffrey Boycott with his pitch report on this third morning. And bear in mind that 1 hour was lost because of the weather. There's some heavy rain in the early morning here at Headingley. The umpires decided play would begin at 12 noon, just 1 hour after the scheduled start. And we join it now with the third ball of the second over. Wasim Akram is the bowler. Alex Stewart is taking strike, and 3 runs have been added to the overnight total.
Oh, that was close. Left arm over the wicket. The ball just cutting away. Beautiful delivery, that. Oh, another whistling ball past the outside edge. Well, that's not good batting at all. Not good footwork, not good judgment.
You look where the feet are, just get stuck doing nothing.
That's a good shot. Beautifully played. Like so many of the shots we've seen in this match so far, off the back foot. But Alex Stewart has a special ability to stand up, really get the meat of the bat at the ball.
Just rides it off the hip.
Yeah, that was well played. It was almost a perfect Yorker, but if it's imperfect, then that sort of shot is possible. And that's the 100 partnership. Nasser Hussain and Alex Stewart. There's a ball that has to be hit. Short, wide of the off stump.
Well, they were saying with the England bowlers, if you bowl short and wide, you're going to get walloped. And that was walloped very nicely. Very good shot. He's definitely out of sorts, his Waqar. He can't work out the run-ups. Can't work out the pace of the pitch. Can't get anything to swing or seam. So he's going to try around the wicket.
Well, that's out. He pulls it off. An extraordinary dismissal. Quarter bowl Waqar, 48.
Well, that was a funny dismissal. It was almost a slower delivery that he just sort of piced back. There he is. He beat him in the flight with that slower delivery off spinner. And that was very well bowled. Give credit to the bowler. Said he hasn't bowled that well this morning, but he's bowled a beautiful wicket-taking delivery there.
2 down for 121. New batsman Graham Thorpe. Fine shot. Again, that upright stroke of the back foot. Lovely timing. Someone else attempts to knock the pavilion over. That's Shadab Kabir, who's made a mini assault on the pavilion.
Well disguised by Wasim Akram. Good change of pace. Careless stuff. What looked to me just a nice simple piece of cricket, and 1 run becomes 3. Shadab Kabir as the fielder down there, deep square leg. Moin Khan comfortably beaten. It was straight over the top of him, and the backing up wasn't.
I thought you said that there were no snakes in this Headingley pitch, Jeffrey. Well, they entered the pitch, but they got around the ground all right.
Now, the official gauge at Steve Buckner knows exactly what to do with. If the ball goes through the one and not through the other, the ball is in good enough shape. And that's what a handy tool to have, just to convince bowlers that the ball is in good enough shape. Now, that's come off helmet, I think.
Well, if you start hooking at Wasim Akram, you better know that it's going to be onto you a bit quicker than you think.
That's a good shot, off the back foot, plenty of time to play it. And Graham Thorpe's first scoring shot for half an hour or so. He got off the mark, got himself onto 1 reasonably quickly, and then had to wait patiently for that next chance. Well, Graham Thorpe certainly relishing that one, playing with the spin, confidently tucking it over the top.
Nice start. Was away for much of the time. The England bowlers dropped the ball in short. There's no harm for the England batsman to receive a present or two.
Well, he's not picking it at all, Alex Stewart. Appealing for, I don't know, anything, I suppose, LBW, but he's not going to get that. And I'm not sure that he hit it.
It's nicely bowled. Beautiful leg break, just about perfectly pitched. And Stewart had to play at it. Just a thick edge away down through the gully area. Very, very well bowled. Now then, Steve Buckner has been given the ball again. He's going across to umpire Shepherd. About 25 minutes since the second session began. And finally the ball is to be changed. Got that away nicely. It's a good stroke. He hit it almost with a straight bat, but at the same time, the ball went past squarely.
Well, it's a curious delivery that he pitches outside leg stump when he's only got a mid-on and a backward square leg on the boundary.
There's England supporters getting into the act. And Pakistan as well. Good shot. Just didn't quite get hold of it, but it was still quickly into position.
Well, that's out. A mistake by Graham Thorpe. Got caught in two minds, and Mushtaq has done it. The little man bowling around the wicket, into the rough. I mentioned about that this morning on the pitch report, that there's quite a bit of rough there for the left-handers. And England have 3 in the top 7 who are left-handers. Graham Thorpe, the first one, right into the rough. Leg break, turns, little bat and part. He didn't get really anywhere.
So that's how it looks now. 168 for 3. John Crawley is the new batsman, and this will be a big test for him. And he seems to be reading it indeed, because that was the googly, flipped away through mid-wicket. One of John Crawley's favourite areas, and he's off the mark.
Oh dear. He's a lucky man, he's Alex Stewart.
Beautifully flighted by Mushtaq Ahmed. Quite a lot higher in the air, which incidentally brought England 4 byes. No contact with the bat. Well, agony for the bowler.
Well, it was nearly, but not quite. Good firm push by John Crawley, but he slipped off the face, but short of the fielder. He couldn't catch that. There was a good yard and a half short.
That's a good shot. The first ball of Wasim Akram's new spell. Alex Stewart very quickly onto this. Didn't really bounce very much. Great shot from John Crawley. Well, he does play the spin as well, John Crawley. And this was right up in the slot for him. Tossed up by Mushtaq Ahmed. Nice big half volley. And very well played. Well, this could be it. Alex Stewart has to negotiate. Wasim Akram comes for two. Turns now. And there it is. 100 for Alex Stewart. Well played indeed. Oh, thank you, Lord. And Alex Stewart making the most of his opportunities here. I'm sure Illingworth appreciates his efforts. That's been a very valuable innings. Very good one too by Alex Stewart. All his England colleagues there on the balcony, fulsome in their applause. And that's nicely timed too by John Crawley. Absolutely no effort, but it's just skidded away up that hill. 4 more runs. Now look at this for timing. Well, the dive not quite good enough. It's taken the pace off the ball. And John Crawley will get 3 instead of 4. And that takes England past 200.
Nice stroke. Picked it pretty well. There was a faster, flatter delivery. And John Crawley just waited on it.
The bowler just pitches a touch short and he'll belt it. No problem at all. Well, if you bowl short, you're going to get punished.
Great Yorker. Kai Yunus not quite holding his head in his hands, but clutching at it. Very well bowled. Very good effort in the end. Kabir's got round to it, managed to stop it, and then almost knocked it onto the rope. There's another Yorker, a beauty once again. I doubt if you'll see a better non-successful Yorker than that one. Brilliantly bowled. Shot. Beautiful shot. good footwork. Took him right out to the pitch of the ball. Just hammered it away through mid-on.
Well, he's managed to get that through the gap with some power. Very good shot indeed. Just seemed to be a gentle opening of the face, but the timing was so good. Raced away to that boundary, deep point. .250 comes up, and England, in doing so, save the follow-on. With a short run. That's got away, that's 50. Very well played, John Crawley. Meant to be a slower ball up a shorter run, but it was wafted away on the onside. That's out, got him. Atto Raymond gets his reward. Perseverance. And for John Crawley, he's just fallen short of the target he'd like to have set himself. He's gone for 53, shakes his head. He'd played some effortless shots.
If you watch the length of it, it's right up there. I think maybe he didn't get far enough forward with his feet. I think when John looks at that in the dressing room and thinks, well, how in heaven's name did I miss it? You know, it seemed up there for hitting.
And that brings to the wicket now Nick Knight.
Middle.
Extraordinary, big full toss. Nick Knight had in mind a baseball swing to take it over the mid-wicket boundary. Somehow it's gone straight down the ground behind the keeper. Really was an inviting delivery, and he got so eager that he was through the shot. And it just comes off the toe end. Four runs. Well, that was right in the slot for Alex Stewart. Still dancing around there, just trying to keep those feet moving. Well, the shot deserved for. Again, Alex Stewart will have absolutely no complaints about the misfield. It was Shadab Kabir at cover, extra cover. We didn't quite cover this. That'll just run away down the hill. 4 more runs, this time to Nick Knight. Beautifully played. Well, anything just short to Alex Stewart in this sort of form is going to get punished. Well, what should have been the last ball of the over, called as a no ball. It wasn't a great ball either. And Nick Knight waited for it, smacked it, got his 4 runs for it. That's a better shot. 4 more runs, just flicked away very easily indeed as Atta Rahman tried to compensate, trying to get that ball back up on a length again.
Nice start. 4 runs off the first ball. There was something of a loosener. First time Wajid Akram has bowled from the Kirkstall lane end. He's favoured the football ground end for the rest of the time. May be that Wasim Akram will be looking to take the second new ball with the score just having reached the 300 mark. Had one replacement ball out there so far. Classic little stroke. Well, a big stroke actually, but minimum of effort. Plays that so well.
I was just about to say how well Atta Huriman has bowled and how he has bowled to the offside and just keeps three fielders on the on, but Alex Stewart's in such prime form now that he can whip that ball away from outside off stump because it's short of length. Effortless.
Good cricket, he managed to get that one to come back in from outside the off stump.
Wonderful control by Wasim Akram. Certainly a very confident man, confident enough to step back outside leg stump and just wait, and that's a sign of a class shot. It's back, he waits and picks the spot on the offside.
Well, that was the one that's cost him 4. Misdirected. Oh, good save. Leg buys. That was the one Wasim Akram was trying to get up there at Yorker length. The swerve, misdirected. Might need to have another little look at that fielding down there. It looked as though it was going to be 4. And then the fielder comes... Oh, well, he's considerably over the line when he's got the ball. I would hazard a guess that indeed that was a boundary. He's saying no, but I think umpire Buckner might have to tell him that the answer is yes. Both very short words, but they mean slightly different.
A new sort of West Country dance, that.
Beautifully bowled. Astonishingly, I think we can say he didn't pick it, but he's played outside a wrong one. Very good stroke again. It'll get onto that little area there where they have the pitches, and it'll be picked off by the fielder. Could have done himself a little bit of damage there. Made good ground to that.
Can't have a feeling that the boundary rope might have been brought in field a few yards there. Just a couple of yards. We've seen players crash into the wall, up the steps, into the tarpaulins. Well, it looked a bit head first to me at one stage. Well, that was nearly it. Beautiful length. I mean, it's the killer length. When the batsman gets in a terrific tangle, the front foot planted down too soon, perhaps. I wonder if Wasim has just called on Wacker and said, right, Wacker, the ball is ready. It's beginning to move in the air.
There's Alex Stewart. That is great. Really been a super innings. 150 for Alex Stewart.
Maybe he wanted to look at the cricket as well, the pilot of Concorde. If he could see anything from that high up, he'll see England doing really well.
Oh, he's dropped it.
Well, it's the tired end of the day. The concentration goes a bit. And normally, Wasim Akram would have gobbled that up. And look, he knows it. I can't believe it.
Yes. So, treble Nelson now, England, 3-3-3. That means David Shepherd will be hopping around. That's the gesture. Tradition has it, superstition has it, that when Nelson is on the board, 1-1-1 or multiples thereof, that one should have a foot or two off the ground. Easy enough in the dressing room to stick the feet up on the sofa, whatever it might be. Not quite so easy for David Shepherd out in the middle. Two more for Nick Knight. Straight down the ground, uncomplicated and very effective.
Well, it was a super shot. He's played well all day, but well, I've been having a rest, David. I'm a bit puzzled. Have I missed something with this old ball? It's now 103 overs old.
I'd agree, Jeffrey. It's a good time, really, just to say slip in a few overs with the new ball. It'll still be fresh tomorrow morning when the bowlers come back again. Still be hard and almost new then. And if he wants to try that sort of delivery, it would one would expect to travel just that bit more quickly off the pitch. Even then, that was a little bit of a hurried shot from Alex Stewart. Good enough, though, to bring up the 350 for England. Well, that's going to add 4 to the total. Leg by signalled, and this partnership now worth 101. Full toss and 4. Well, patience showing here. It's working for Alex Stewart. He's dug out a couple of very good balls this over. And as Vakar strives to get another one up there, the line is just wrong. It swings in, down the leg side, and turns into a bit of a gift.
That, for me, is what he should have been doing a lot earlier on. And in the end, he's got him. But what a wonderful innings. It comes to an end. A little bit of tiredness, trying to drive it off the front foot. But I don't think you'll find any of the public here at Headingley disappointed with the way he played. They'll stand up and give him a tremendous ovation for a wonderful innings.
Mushtaq gives thanks for accepting this return chance. It was straight at him. And a nice height, still needed to be caught. So he has 2 for 87. Alex Stewart just closing the face, I think, on that. Just too much. And the 5th wicket is down. 365 is the total. Jack Russell is the new batsman. So now 2 left-handers at the crease for England.
Good 50 for Nick Knight. His 3rd in Test cricket. He's only had a handful of matches. Just one more run added to take it along to 373 for 5 when bad light and impending storms and rain brought things to a halt for the day. A very, very good performance from Alex Stewart, 170, and good support there. Nasser Hussain, I thought, played well early in the day. Crawley batted well for 53, and Nick Knight unbeaten there on 51 with Jack Russell. Good day for England, not quite so good today for Pakistan. Been a fluctuating test match. Their bowlers, Wasim a wicket, Waqar 1, Rahman 1 and Mushtaq 35 overs, 12 maidens and 2 for 94. Some turn there for him, and that's the way the game stands at the end of the third day. England 75 runs behind, 373 for 5, and Pakistan, having batted first, being sent in by England, 448 all out. But the hero on the left of your screen there, Stewart 170, and after the game today he spoke with David Gower. But the only serpents we've seen here have been away on the west on this pitch. Stewart made 170 of them yesterday to lift England out of trouble. He's been given a recall thanks to an injury to Nick Knight, who himself has returned and is still out there already past the 50 mark. Welcome to the highlights of the fourth day's play of this game between England and Pakistan at Headingley. Unfortunately, once again, the weather has intervened and there was a delay at the start. But England are still behind. This is the way the scorecard looked at the start. 75 runs in arrears at the moment. Pakistan 448, England 373 for 5, and the men out there at the moment, Nick Knight on 51 and Jack Russell yet to get off the mark. Well, out in the centre of the ground now, Geoffrey Boycott awaits us with his pitch report.
Well, we know there's been rain about yesterday and this morning, but it's not affected this pitch at all. You can see the footholds. They're very dry indeed. Look, dry as anything. This is what Mushtaq's going to aim into. Footholds here, look. All these. But it's so slow, even when it turns, that the batsmen have been able to play. We look on a length and look at the cracks. They've not opened much. It's so dry is this surface. The edges of the cracks are going, but again, it just means low balls. It really hasn't seemed, just the ball has died. Some of the cracks have really gone at the edges. But all in all, it's not going to be much different than the rest of the game. Hard work for the bowlers, not much seam movement, batsmen who can play shots if the ball is short of a length. And all in all, I don't see that there's any difficulty for the batsmen here, whether there's been rain about or not.
Thanks, Geoffrey. Geoffrey Boycott with his pitch report. And that was at the start of play on this fourth morning. We join it now, just 15 minutes from the luncheon interval. And the umpire said play would begin. It's the fifth ball of the third over. Waqar Younis is bowling tonight, and 4 runs have been added to the overnight score. He's not going to get that if he's, the batsman is playing a stroke at the ball, and his pad's outside off stump.
Maybe 3 or 4 inches, but he's certainly outside off stump, and that's enough. That's well played by Jack Russell. Once again, it's just this lack of pace in the pitch that gave Jack Russell the time to get on that back foot, pick his spot. Placed it very well. Well bowled. That's Shadab Kabir at short leg. Just not carrying. Beautifully bowled. Oh, just relax, you've missed it. That's actually perfectly pitched for the googly to the left-hand batsman. Pitching on the stumps, committed to play, hadn't picked it. Well, it would have taken a brave man, a very confident man, to pick it and leave it. That's confident. And 4. Well, it's one of the features of Nick Knight's batting. He's acquired the ability very, very quickly not to worry about the one he's missed, just to concentrate on the next one. And he hits this one very well. Great shot. Well, that came right out of the middle of the bat. Mushtaq won't mind this too much. He's tossed it up outside the off stump to try and tempt the drive. There's always going to be some little element of risk with the wear and tear of those footmarks. But no problems with that one. Not out. And Mushtaq will want to know why.
Well, I think Mushtaq thought that Nick Knight didn't really play at this. He made an effort to look as if he did, but you'll see that bat hiding behind the pad, and that's why he was carrying on a bit. He does appeal for most things, but I think he had a good shout there. I'd like to see more batsmen given out for that sort of thing, that they're not really playing at the ball. It's a pretend situation, and then it frustrates the bowler, and the batsman then takes advantage of that frustration. Ball just short of a length, he's punished.
Well, there we are then. He's had enough of the old one. That can now go into the box and be used for net practice, or as a tasteful dining room ornament, or as an exhibit in court. And the field hasn't changed much. Gully just being asked to come a couple of yards closer. And a little extra bounce. Well, that's what we were saying for the last day and a half, that maybe if the new ball were to be taken, there might just be a little bit of extra zip. Doesn't seem to last long on a pitch like this. Oh, that's got him. So there is the new ball doing its job. Wasim Akram takes it. 2 balls later, he gets the inside edge from Jack Russell. And he's gone. And he was beaten for pace. Just a little late on the shot. And there we are, the inside edge, while dragging it back onto the stumps. And Wasim says, there, what did I tell you? Use the new ball, we'll get a wicket.
Now, an interesting choice, Atta Rahman, who's given a good account of himself in the 2 matches so far. But not with that. Good bouncer. That straightened him up a little.
Well, it's not the easiest pitch on which to decide to duck out of the way of the short ball, because especially with Atta Rahman, chances that it will skid on. Well, there you can see one of the advantages of taking the new ball. It's hard, and it really responded to that effort by Wasim Akram.
Gone like a rocket.
The most appealing thing about Nick Knight is how positive he is. He's a wonderful eye, and you can see that when he catches, a brilliant fielder. But when he goes for a shot, he really goes for it.
Good shot. Too much fuss and bother about that.
That's just what I was saying about his positive nature. He has to stand up a little bit to play this shot.
Another great stroke. Shortish delivery. They put a man on the fence at point to cut that off, but he's hit that in front of point. A glorious stroke. Can't quite get that. The Man coming around from deep backward square will just cut it off. Make it 3. Third umpire is coming out with the box of balls. Now this will be a new box of balls. Balls that have only just been used a little bit rather than being 40, 50 overs old. This one is 6 overs old. It's beautifully bowled. Deceived him completely, trying to cut the wrong one. Despair, distraught, but no wicket.
Painful for Chris Lewis, that. Very nasty. Leg byes given.
Well, Chris Lewis got away with that, but he's got a little bit of a problem with Mushtaq. I don't think he picks him at all.
Oh, that's well bowled. Well, this is frustrating for Mushtaq. He's bowling beautifully at the right hand, and now he's got him down there. And also getting that ball to turn nicely. This is the perfect line. If you're not sure as the batsman where it's going to go next, then you're going to play. You have to play. And in fact, the first one, I didn't think actually touched anything on the way through. It was good enough to beat the batsman, good enough to beat the keeper. It's well bowled, and not so well played by Chris Lewis. As Jeffrey says, he's looking something out of sorts here. Well, I think the bail's come off. Has managed to find a way through. Chris Lewis is out bowled by Mushtaq Ahmed. It might be seen as a merciful release.
Yes, I think so, David, because he just wasn't doing anything. You'll see here, as perfect an example as I could mention, of somebody who's not picking the deliveries I mentioned earlier. He's just playing for his stumps, hiding the bat behind the pad. He doesn't know which way it's going. It actually is a googly coming back, hits him on the thighs, it trickles along, and I'm afraid when he looks round he can see that it's the end, the bail's off.
England's 441 now for 7. And Dominic Cork is the new batsman. This is a tense moment. Well, that's it. That's the 4 runs he needs. A little uppish, but perfectly safe. And Nick Knight has his first Test match 100. And he might as well enjoy it. So everyone on the balcony, the players, the chairman, roused from his torpor of yesterday. And the crowd as well. It might not be a full crowd, but those that are here fully appreciating this first Test match 100 by Nick Knight.
First innings lead, points for England. 449 for 7. Concord on its way to, well, could be America, could be Barbados. It's just over the top of the commentary box now. Lovely shot from Nick Knight. It's got his square drive working well.
Catch it!
Shout is for catch it. Won't quite carry to the fielder rushing in.
Well, I'm not sure if the keeper shouting catch it is any help at all to the fielder out there. Your eyes are glued to the bat. You see the ball in the air very clearly against the sky. What you don't need is someone yelling catch it at you. In any case, it dropped well short.
Very well bowled, close to the perfect leg spinner. Well, that's a very nice stroke. It's not going to please Mushtaq greatly. He's been bowling about 50% wrong uns out there, and Dominic Cork has latched onto that one.
I'm not sure if he knew whether it was a wrong un or a right un there. I think he just swept on length. But it was well executed.
Shout for two there from Nick Knight. It's a widespread field now. The ball is 22 overs old. Oh. Wakar struck, might have been a slightly slower delivery from the norm, and Nick Knight has gone for 113. A very good innings from him. Wakarians might just have held it back a little.
Yes, it's interesting that Waqar Younis has got 2 wickets in this fashion. Nasser Hussain came in, played too soon at the ball, it was a little slower. And there goes Nick Knight, and both the England batsmen were well set, they were well in. So we must give the bowler the credit of just bowling a little slower, holding the ball back, and wonderful applause for Nick Knight. Outstanding effort.
Yes, he's played very well. Andrew Carrick, man coming out to the centre now. May well have been deceived by the subtle change of pace. Waqar Younis knew it was going to the man. Definitely looked to be an off-spin action there, the slower delivery.
So Andy Caddick is out there now.
He said good afternoon.
That was very well played, because it was a terrific line by Waqar Younis.
And Caddick has got him away for 4.
Well, he knew the ball would be pitched up, because Waqar Younis had the warning from umpire Shepherd. But it was well placed, straight through extra cover.
Well, it is again beautifully bowled. Richie Bennett was saying that he's bowled a lot of googlies this afternoon session. This is about the right line for it. And Dominic Cork hadn't got a clue. 50 overs now for Mushtaq. That's all over. Comprehensively bowled. So Waqar Younis is softening up. 10 minutes ago, now has paid its dividends. Andrew Caddick bowled for 4. And it's not been a particularly common sight in this match. But Waqar Younis has rediscovered that in-swinging dart.
Yes, might just have touched the back pad of Caddick, but is exactly where he wanted the ball, dipping in late onto Midland leg stump. And it's all over for Andy Caddick.
Well, just a bit over-ambitious, I think, actually, from Andy Caddick. It was a full swing of the bat. So, 471 for 9. Now that was very, very quick. I'm not surprised that Dominic Cork is smiling at the non-striker's end. That's the place to be.
Well, he's bowled a few crackers at the tail end here, absolutely straight. The line is impeccable. If you want to frighten somebody, that's quite a good effort.
Not too sure how pleased Waqar Younis will be at the thought Cork reckons he can handle him okay. In the air, safe. And Mullally sent back again.
Well, I don't know about you, Richie, but I think if I was Dominic Cork, I would take whatever runs are on offer, because I know that Mullally is not too clever a batsman at number 11, but Dominic Cork's test average is not special either.
Picked it nicely, Dominic Cork. He'll take a third so he can get the strike, and he'll leave Mullally exposed for the one ball. It was meant to be the in-swinging Yorker, but like so many of the attempts today, the swing hasn't been there. He's given it a bit of a go. It's way over mid-wicket. He can take a single, or it can go for 4, which it has done. Oh, that's sensible, constructive thinking. Didn't quite get it straight down the ground, but it worked. He hit it into the open space, and that's the way the batsman should be thinking, that if the field will push in to save the single, leaves enough gaps out there to pick up a boundary and do so in safety. There's a good one. Even the man who only had 10 yards to move at mid-off and about 20 yards in for the boundary had no chance. That was a beautiful shot, hit with tremendous power. Mullally has plenty of confidence as a batsman, and may not be the recipient of a great number of bats from the manufacturers. The particular brand he's using is out in Australia, so that may be well where he's got that one. It may have been some years ago.
Well, you get an idea here of the batsman not picking this very fine googly, but he's still got time to come down on it. And that's a bit unfair on the bowlers.
All right, well, he'll take what he can get there. A little bit of extra tape on the bat has done the trick. Always frustrating for the over-the-wrist spin bowler who gives one a bit of air just to produce the lofted shot, and then it skews away off a thick outside edge down to third man. That's a good shot. That's a brilliant shot from Mullally. I should think he's in close to seventh heaven about that. Good, authentic pull shot. It wasn't a ducking stroke. He's hit it away over the head of the man at long leg. Won't have pleased Wasim Akram, but it will certainly have delighted Mullally. Shot. Cork's going for the second, and it's well run. "28 runs this partnership now, and it'll be past the frustrating section for Pakistan and into the annoying bit. Just one short of the 500 mark. Been a long day. Now the mid-wicket man has been brought in now as being sent back. So there's scope there for a little single. Just there. Clever cricket from Cork. 500 up. And a game where there's not going to be a result, that's a little psychological boost. There's someone coming around under that. That should be out. Is out. To be the fielder. Young man, good reflexes, and he can go in now, put the pads on, and get ready to come out and open the batting, because England's innings has finished at 501 against Pakistan's 448. Good effort to get that far. The batting has been good on the England side. We still have problems here with the very heavy cloud cover that's coming around. It may be a problem for the batsmen when they come out. That's a very good performance from England to get up to 501 and take a first innings lead there. Delightful innings from Nick Knight. I thought he played very well all the way through. He's a good player, and having come back from injury, it's quite a watermark for him to pick up 113 there in that very big total. 26 for Dominic Cork and 32 extras. The rest of the players, Russell, Lewis and Carrick, Mullally, all under double figures. Now the partnerships, well, that's the way it was. Stewart and Hussain 107. Stewart dominated all the partnerships from the top there down to the one with Knight, 108. And then useful partnerships with Knight and Russell and Lewis, even though some of those players didn't, as I say, reach double figures. Bowling figures for Pakistan. It was hard work for them. 3 for 106 for Wasim. Waqar, 33 overs, 7 maidens, 3 for 127. Mushtaq, 55 overs. A lot of work there for him, the leg spinner. Bowled well all the way through. The pitch was just a bit slow for him and not quite enough bounce. 17 maidens, 3 for 100. and 42, and Atar Rahman 1 for 90, with Asif Mushtaba yesterday 7 overs 5 maidens and no wicket for 6. Now the state of the game after 4 days: Pakistan 53 runs behind, Pakistan 448, England 501, and the umpires did bring Pakistan out, but the light was so bad and the rain was on its way, they could see that, and they offered them the light, and the batsman went back in, and so did everyone else. No further play from that point. The highlight though, Nick Knight 113, and David Gow talked with him at the close of play.
Nick,
It's most unlikely there'll be a result in the second Cornhill test at Headingley, but there have been some positive things to come out of the match. Alex Stewart, written off by many early in the summer, has now played some splendid innings, culminating in his 170 on Saturday. And Nick Knight's maiden test century was an innings to underline his potential, not just as a good stroke player, but also one with a sound defence. John Crawley's stylish 50 and the excellent innings from Nasser Hussain at number 3 provided more good news for the England selectors, who are just starting now to look at candidates for the tour of Zimbabwe and New Zealand. Pakistan as well is spoilt for choice at the moment, with replacement players Moin Khan and Asif Mushtaba hitting a century and a half century respectively. Well, welcome to the final day of this test match. We've had a few problems with rain and perhaps slow over rates, but there have been some things to bring us up to the last day, things we can look at from the positive point of view. We might have psychological ploys from England trying desperately to take wickets this morning, and then Pakistan. Don't discard the thought that they might like to have a go at Michael Atherton and Alex Stewart in particular late in the day, even when there's nothing hanging to the match. This is the way it began on the final day. 501 England all out, 113 for Knight yesterday. Very good innings that, and that'll do him the world of good, not just with the selectors, but with his own confidence as well. Dominic Cork 26. And the bowling figures for Pakistan, that was hard work out there. 55 overs for Mushtaq, 3 for 142. Wasim 3 wickets, Waqar 3, Rahman 1, and Mushtaba 7 overs 5 maidens, no wicket for 6. And that's the state of the game. Pakistan begin their second innings 53 runs behind. Well, the pitch has played a part in this match here at Headingley, and here's Geoffrey Boycott now with the Headingley groundsman Andy Fogarty.
Last day of this Headingley test match, and I've got the groundsman with me, Andy Fogarty. Came from Lancashire last September, so he hasn't had a lot of time at Leeds. What do you think, Andy, about this pitch that you've prepared?
I think it's turned out to be a good pitch in the end.
Good for who, though?
Well, good for cricket all round. Good for both sides. There's been a bit there for the bowlers and also a few runs for the batsmen.
Well, there's a bit there on the first morning because of the sweating. We've had 2 days of rain here before the test match. Do you think if it hadn't have rained and got the sweating, would the ball have gone through first morning like it did?
I'd have thought so, yeah. I think it was. There was always there. There was always a little bit there for the bowler. There was always a little bit of pace. The ball was always going to go through.
But as the match has gone on, let's have a look at this pitch. We've got more and more cracks here at Headingley. The ball's sort of died when it's hit these cracks. It's just died. We've been getting double bounces. What about that for cricket?
Well, obviously, you like the ball to carry right the way through to the keeper. And unfortunately, with it being a bit dry, like you say, it has cracked and the ball is hitting those cracks.
Well, I think it's been good for the batsmen. I don't think it's been too fair a contest for the bowlers. I'd like a bit more pace and bounce. I think it's been too easy for the batsmen to play off the back foot. Anything slightly short, they'll be able to kill the bowlers. And I think if we just had a bit more pace and bounce, we get a fairer contest. Now, we've got Australia here next year. Are we going to be playing on this pitch? Is this the test match pitch that you'll use?
This is a test match pitch that we use for the Aussies, yeah. We might try a few experiments, before then, or but this is going to be the pitch for the Aussies.
And you think this is a pitch that England can win on then? Low bounce, no pace?
Well, I don't know. That's the players playing what's provided, and sometimes it's up to the players to try and get a result out of it. I mean, I can only try my best and do my best, but I'm optimistic.
Okay, thanks, Andy.
Geoffrey Boycott with the Headingley groundsman Andy Fogarty. I think it was a half wrist lock and hammerlock. Now we're going to join play with the first ball in this final morning. Alam Malali is the bowler. Syed Anwar is taking strike.
Well, that's close. It's not a bad start. I mean, close enough, put it that way, just to get the lungs loose. as Alan Mullally tries to get the arm loose. And England faced this morning with, well, the chance maybe to make some inroads into the Pakistan batting. Try and establish a little bit of mastery if they possibly can. Oh, he's dropped it. Well, it looked and was a very straightforward chance, as slip chances go. Shadab Kabir's first ball, Alan Mullally right on the spot, and straight in, straight out. Graham Thorpe never copped it. Well, that's a bad miss. Now, that's the sort of thing which England could really do without. And that is a lovely shot. Now, he let that one come to him. Wasn't trying to hit that too hard, just used all his natural gifts of timing, coordination. And that's a beautiful example, how it is to get in the right position. Difference there is he got the weight into the shot more than in the first innings. Well, no messing as far as Syed Anwar is concerned. Muted applause only because there's a very muted crowd here. Nothing really that counts as a crowd. Well, that's high in the air. Anyone can take it. Chris Lewis is going to. And that's his first wicket of the innings and his first wicket of the match. So not a good morning for Shadab Kabir. He never seemed to settle. It was dropped on naught. And it hasn't been a costly miss. Pakistan have lost their first wicket at 16. And this was it.
Well, it's a bad shot. There's no two ways about it. A very simple catch. Well, this is the Centurion coming in now. Ijaz Ahmed.
Great shot. Just a little bit overpitched.
Well, David's right. It was a lovely shot. Foot across to the pitch of the ball. Lovely swing of the bat. A controlled swing.
Well, what's going on here? Well, extraordinary stuff. Syed Anwar, who appeared to have all that under control nicely, would have made 3.5 easily. Ijaz was, well, happy to stay where he was.
Very good pitched up delivery there by Alan Mullally. Just bounced a touch, hit the glove. I do like to see him pitch the ball up.
Well, has he clipped the bail? Or has he clipped the pad? Jack Rosser was the first one to point. Well, low stroke play, that's not far away. Got him. Yes, that's well bowled. That went away nicely. The line of the ball as it came down would have started the batsman into playing defensively, and then it moved away quite sharply off the seam. Batsman had the choice then of pulling the bat away or going on with it.
New batsman, Inzamam ul Haq.
Just a little bit of extra pleasure there for England in the field, the fact that they're going along very well. Oh, he's given it the shake of the head, but it took him a long time to shake it.
Yes, I think that was a very good decision. You watch the ball, just swings a touch at the last minute. Pitches, swings, I think it's just going down. But they're under a bit of pressure of Pakistan.
Dominic Cork's not at full pace out there, but he's certainly moving the ball around a bit off the seam. Mainly into the right-handers. He got his wicket by moving it away from the left-hander.
Good shot. We saw a lot of those in the first innings. Anything short outside off stump, Ijaz chopped away to third man. And there's no fielder down there. 4 runs. Takes a step forward, but there's always room for him there. He plays the shot extremely well. He's a back foot player, really. Pulled away. Not truly off the middle of the bat, but it may well get there. In fact, Alex Stewart got there first. The 50 comes up. 4 to square leg. The ball was kept up but slightly overpitched and certainly straying down the leg side. Well, there appears to be more trouble with the ball. I think Dominic Cork pointed to the seam itself. I think David Shepherd is making the point, perhaps with a little jest, but it's absolutely nothing to do with Chris Lewis. He's no right to be there at all. And Shepherd's telling him to get back to work. Well, he certainly got a yellow card. There'll be that extra polish now on this ball, hoping that that will swing a little bit more than the last one. This is Ijaz. And it does swing. You see, it's like a little boy with a new Christmas present. Please, Father Christmas, can I have a ball that swings? Well, it's worth paying just to see that shot from Inzamam ul Haq. Beautiful stroke. He stood up tall to play that, gone right on top of the bounce. Runs here. Very well bowled, kept up, the ball just drifting away in the air, but Ijaz, in fact, got well out of the pitch and did well to keep the ball down.
That's 4. Just what Inzamam needed to relieve some of the pressure on him. And that's the first really bad ball from Dominic Cork. First boundary that's come from his bowling this morning.
Every so often Andrew Carrick will get one to fly like that. That surprised Inzamam ul Haq. Batsman seemed to indicate that the ball might have taken a bit out of the surface, but it's a very, very hard pitch, this one. That's a nice crisp stroke. We'll just stop inside the boundary. Not quite, just got that little downhill slope over there. Shepherd will signal the boundary. 100 up, so it's a quick burst from these two Pakistan batsmen since lunch. Just coming up to 101. Some good stroke play since the interval. There's a half shout there for LBW because the bowler thought the ball had got through. In fact, it only got as far as the dead centre of Inzamam's bat. Once again, Cork's paying the penalty for getting onto the pads. You've only got to be around about middle for these Pakistan batsmen. They'll whip your way across through mid-wicket, past square leg. Good effort, but just out of the reach of Nasser Hussain.
Yes, there's no doubt in my mind that Inzamam's looking to get after the bowling a little bit. You can see there his first thought is to be aggressive, to be attacking. Nasser Hussain, who probably hurt his shoulder just a little bit, but probably not serious.
Well, that's the 50 we were talking about. It would have been in the forefront of Inzamam ul Haq's mind. He missed out in the first innings. And almost without apparent effort, he's made 50 from 75 balls in the second. That's 4. Flicked it, but it just brushed against the rope. Caddick was sensible enough not to grab it as he was sliding, but that would have been 4. So he's kept it away from the rope there. That's okay. Now it just defeats him. That's 4 more. What they had for lunch, but I don't want any of it. All over the shop now. Fashionable chimney pots. You pay a lot of money for those these days. Standard procedure up here. Well, got what it deserved. He shouldn't be bowling one half volley, one short, one down the leg side, one down the offside. Should be dropping it on the spot until the batsman's so frustrated that he does something not all that sensible. Got him with the short one outside off stump. And Caddick is not giving it too many high fives there, but you take what you can get in this game, and Caddick has just got the wicket. Inzamam will be absolutely livid. He's made 65 in quick time, and there was more for the taking.
Well, you can hardly believe it. That many easy balls to hit since lunch. He's holed out to the biggest long hop there's been throughout the whole of this test match. Salim Malik, the new batsman.
That was actually quite quick from Andrew Caddick.
I think Salim Malik is a little cross at himself for not being able to resist having a dart at that.
This one he has got hold of. Running away down towards mid-wicket. And 4 runs. Same sort of delivery, but not going through quite as quickly. And still Salim Malik stays inside the line, but this time with bat on it. And the 4 runs enough to take him past 5,000 runs in Test match cricket. That's out. Nice simple catch. So Andrew Caddick picks up the 2nd wicket. Salim Malik with a poor shot. Looks as though that ball might just have stopped on the pitch a bit. And he was through into the shot, out of control, and it was just a nice simple catch to mid-on.
He's trying to play forward here. The foot gets stuck in the batting crease, and then he falls into the shot, losing control of the bat. And that's as poor a footwork as you could ever see. David Gower summed it up, it was poor.
And so Asif Mushtaba takes over. He was very patient in the first innings. Battled his way through for quite a long time. Not far away. So that goes down as a good leave. Wasn't far away at all. Well, that was very close to Nasser Hussain.
Well, I think it carried, David. I'll be very surprised if it didn't. It looked as if it carried all the way. Hard hit. Yep, there it was. Very definitely a chance. I wouldn't say an easy one, but if England are going to win, those are the sort of chances you've got to take.
Four runs. Rather easily taken, just a little bit too wide again. And the 150 comes up.
And this is where a captain really needs in the field. Good spinner, so you can crowd the batsman or look for the missed drives, look for anything. Not much to look for here. An all-seam attack and 2 batsmen well set. 3 for Asif Mushtaba. Very nicely played. Sweet shot through the covers.
Another leg side half volley. They make them hit through the offside.
No business, more like it. Nice stroke. Stewart the fielder, downhill in that area. And it does race away from the fielder. The fielder is half bending down while replacing divots.
Well, the bowlers shouldn't be too harsh here on Alex Stewart. He did make a good effort there. And Richie's right, I can tell you from experience, it runs away very quickly down there.
Again, just down right about the pads. That's good running. He's come back very, very quickly there. The subtle change of pace. Oh, now there's trouble. Gone and forgotten. Well, not totally forgotten, because they'll have a word or two in the dressing room when they get back there.
Well, it was a funny one there. I think there was a single if they'd have both gone. He just set off, but stopped, and it wasn't his call, really. Really was Asif Mushtaba's call, and I think he was probably right. Disappointment, because he's played very well. He's been in control. None of the bowling's really troubled him.
189 for 5. Wasim Akram, the new batsman coming out, the Pakistan captain, at the fall of the wicket of Asif Mushtaba. Good performance in this match, a century for him in the first innings. He has now made 5 centuries and 8 half-centuries in Test cricket. It's a good performance. He is a good player.
Well, this is definitely the situation where Michael Atherton, who doesn't normally bowl, but used to bowl leg spinners, and he's practiced 1 or 2 mornings here at Headingley. If he's fancying bowling, ought to give himself a little role in this situation.
Yes, I think so. I think he's given the batsman the chance to get up and walk off himself. That's quite a useful delivery. Caddick has been spearing it in short, and he's got a good one there. That looked to me as though it just flicked the bat on the way through as the batsman was taking evasive action.
I don't think the umpire is going to miss that sort of clear view. You can see it hit the gloves. He knew immediately, did David Shepherd, the umpire.
Yeah, it was a pretty good decision because his shoulder, his right shoulder, was also in the line of the ball there, and in all the flurry and fluster and arms going everywhere, it's quite possible to make an error or not be 100% certain there, but Shepherd was right on the ball.
I'll go for 4. Yes, just for a moment at the end of the over there was a hint, a little bit of playing, I think, a bit of play acting that Alex Stewart might be bowling a couple of overs. Sorry, captain, sensibly ceding to his new colleague there this season, Chris Lewis.
I get the England captain on David. Well, it's just frustration now for the England bowlers. Lewis looks as if he's trying a Yorker, just going wide of the crease, finishes up a leg side full toss. Wasim's any sense, he'll get to the other end and not face Michael, because if he gets out, Michael is not going to let him forget. Well, that was an amazing delivery, wasn't it? Yeah, it even caught the umpire out. It must have hit the footholes or something. He's saying, here's a bouncer, 1 for the over, above the shoulder height. Look at that.
Steve Butner looking very, very closely, and he's given it. Well, if anyone thought that he was joking, then the joke's gone rather sour on Wasim Akram. And I'm sure the one thing the Pakistan captain wanted to avoid, well, it's happened. He's out to his Lancashire teammate, Michael Atherton, his opposite number as the England captain. Let's have a look at it. Well, has it done enough to come back? And I think that Wasim Akram might just be a touch unlucky there. Needed to turn a lot, turned just a little bit. And that's the sort of scorecard that England actually would be quite happy to see at the Oval in this next Test match. And one wonders if Mushtaq Ahmed, who really can bowl leg breaks, is any good at picking them. One bounce and down to Alex Stewart.
Jeffrey Boycott used to bowl with the reverse cap. Thorpe obviously knows about that. And Wasim Akram is calling them in. 5:20 on the final day of the Test match. And away they go. Michael Atherton, his opposite number, has given a wave, handshaking from the two batsmen, Moin Khan and Mushtaq Ahmed. And the match here at Headingley, the second of the Cornhill Tests, has finished in a draw. Pakistan still lead the series 1-0. And a deserved lead it is too. 242 for 7 there, nothing hanging to the last day. But we still saw some good batting. I thought Inzamam was in terrific form there. He is such a good player, and he'll be a menace at the Oval in the last test of this series. 26 for Asif Mushtabah before he was unfortunately run out, and 52 for Ijaz Ahmed, with Moin Khan again underlining what a valuable player he is. A very good cricketer, tough man, and 30 not out for him in that total of 242. Now the bowling figures for England, a bit of a mixture, as you might think they would be on a day like this where there was nothing really hanging to it. Carrick finished up with 3 for 52, most wickets of all. He had one spell where he was all over the place, and then suddenly he came good and got 2 quick wickets, and that'll be a confidence boost for him. A wicket for Lewis, and 1 for Cork, and 1 for Michael Atherton. And the game, well, this is the way it went. Pakistan 448 after being put into bat by England, then 242 for 7, and England 501 all out. The match drawn, Pakistan lead the series 1-0, just confirmation of that. And Alex Stewart was named as the man of the match. David Gower talked to him, but first of all, he spoke with the two captains, Michael Atherton and Wasim Akram.
Michael, a stalemate in the end, but are you happy with the effort of your side in this Test match?
In some ways, yes. I thought we batted much better than at Lords. I thought we batted really well as a unit, played positively, which pleased me. But I'm slightly disappointed. I felt we missed some chances in the match, particularly on the first morning when we bowled. And obviously missing the catch in the first over the second morning. I think we could have bowled Pakistan out cheaply and got in a strong position in the match.
So you have no regrets making that decision to field first?
No, I think it was absolutely the right decision. That was when the pitch was at its liveliest, most juicy for the bowlers, and I think we've seen through the match that the pitch has played pretty well, and our plan was obviously to bowl Pakistan out on the first day and get them under pressure batting last. I think it was the right decision, but we didn't perhaps bowl as we might have done.
And you'd also defend the decision to go into the side with just 4 bowlers?
Yeah, I think we needed to strengthen our batting after Lords. I think the debate is whether we were right to pick 4 seamers, and that's something we'll chat about before the Oval.
So no clues yet, so we're going to leave that thinking over the next week or so, are we?
Well, the selectors will meet on Saturday night. We've got some thinking to do before the next game, but I think we can go into it with a positive frame of mind. You know, we've competed hard here, and we fancy our chances of squaring the series at the Oval.
Now, you're under a little bit of pressure, having conceded 448 in that first innings, but there's some good batting to come. At least that was the difference, we say, between here and Lords in the first Test match. When under pressure there, good pitch granted here, but Alex Stewart especially and then Nick Knight did bat very well.
Yeah, it was pleasing when you jig the batting order around and everything works. I thought, first of all, that was pleasing. Obviously, Alec played a fine innings. He played positively as well, which, you know, we needed to score to rate to get us, give ourselves a chance of bowling Pakistan out again. I thought all the boys played attractively, and that was important.
And your prospects for the Oval, it's just going to be a slightly different pitch down there. We normally expect a little bit more life out of the Oval pitch. You got a good chance, you reckon, of squaring the series down there?
I think so. Pakistan obviously a good side. But we've got it out of the habit of losing matches. We just need to get into that habit of getting ourselves in strong positions and winning matches. Hopefully we can get that underway at the Oval.
And also you bowled a few overs at the end there. That was the first time since 1990.
Yeah, I just wanted to see if the yips were still there, and they are.
OK, now looking back at this game, are you happy with the way your boys played?
Yeah, I believe they played brilliantly in first innings. I mean, Ijaz Ahmed, Moin Khan, Asim Mushtabah, they all really played well. And again, team fought like a unit, and they're really eager, and they really played positive cricket.
But it seemed that this Headingley pinch actually blunted the strike force of your bowlers, yourself and Vakar especially, found it harder here than at Lords.
Yeah, hopefully we're going to get a little better wicket at Oval, I hope so, because this wicket was really, there was nothing in it in second innings. We tried everything, different actions, different swings, everything we tried, nothing
Different
happened.
balls?
Everything, different balls, and nothing happened. But hopefully, I mean, we were trying our best. Mushtaq bowled brilliantly, he got unlucky. Myself, I'm not bowling that, but hopefully Manadam will come. And then Waqar, he was getting trouble from his run-up because it's up, you know, the whole ground is not level, so he was getting a bit of trouble. Atta was also was having the same trouble, but I think we're over it now. We have to think for the Oval Test match now.
Yeah, well, the Oval is pretty level. It is a pretty good pitch. There's normally a bit more life in that pitch too. So that I've seen you bowl well there before. I've seen Waqar from 22 yards away bowl pretty well there before. Now you must be looking forward to that Test match to try and make it a 2-0 clean sweep, aren't you?
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to go into that Test match positive frame of mind, 1 up. So we're going to take our chances to win the series 2-0. We're not going to go for draw, we're just going to go for win.
You're a great believer in positive cricket, aren't you?
Absolutely. I think we should play positive. Unless it doesn't matter you lose. If you play positive, you always win.
Okay, right. Well, thanks, Wazim. We'll look forward to seeing you down there for that final contest. Now, the man of the match, Alex Stewart. It seems you've got a few friends up here.
Yeah, I've got a few relatives up here from sounds of things.
Now, there are 1 or 2 people suggesting that at some stage here, maybe for the Oval, it might still be a possibility that they might ask you to hold the gloves again, take the gloves as a wicket-keeper. I assume that's not quite what you're angling for.
Yeah, they're in the bag, but I mean, there's no one better in the world than Jack Russell, and you know, he's kept well throughout this year, did very well in South Africa. He's a top batter, so I don't see any reason to change, to be honest.
But what about the balance then of the bowling attack?
Well, we'll see. I can turn my arm over. You've seen that Athers can bowl, so that's a pretty good balance. But Jack's certainly the man for the job.
Yeah, and the Oval, of course, that's your home territory, so you'd quite like to finish with a good one down there.
Yeah, so it should be a good wicket. We've had good wickets down there all season. Hopefully Paul Bryn will do the same for this Test match. But it's important that we win.
Yeah, and that means that you can just square that series nicely.
Yeah, that's the idea.